beginning of my videos has been getting cut off to where it starts off at the end of my sentence. So if anything is going to get cut off, it'll be what I just said just now. So that'll be a good thing. Alright. Now, if giving Palestine to Israel was the necessary solution for the Holocaust, then explain the Balfour Declaration issued on 1917 of 11/2, like the Days of the Dead on 11/2, with 59 days remaining, like the Lemuria on 5/9. What's the Lemuria? The Lemuria is the celebration of Romo slaying his twin brother Remo, and the Roman Republic it falls, the Roman Empire begins. 181, one eats the other one. This is like the encomienda systems where the Spanish crown was they were releasing Spanish colonists, and they gave them right to basically genocide anybody, enslave anybody that were on the lands that they were making claim to. So come means 8, like 181. Comienda means dinner, like supper, like the dimensions of the Last Supper painting by Leonardo da Vinci being 181 inches by 346 inches. 181. So, what did the Balfour Declaration do? It was a letter issued by Arthur Balfour to the Rothschilds, and Nathan Rothschild had millions invested in the Suez Canal, and Edmund Rothschild was creating uh, colonization associations all through Palestine during the 1800s and early 1900s. Yeah, the Jewish Trust was created in 1902, the same year that the Rockefellers basically funded millions of dollars to the Board of Education. Now, kind of all over the place here. So I was at the La Madeleine Church here in Salt Lake City, and it's right next to the Roman Catholic Diocese building, and the address was 303 in giant bold letters. The Indian Removal Act of 1830, when 183 minutes equals 303 in time. So it's on the corner of B Street, and the number 315 is on there with B Street. So the rune for B means birth. So what are we giving birth to? The number 315 is the year of the Ides of March. That's the year that Julius Caesar was assassinated, being stabbed 33 times, and this was in 44 BC, and that's when Romo slays his twin brother Remo, the fall of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire. So it's all an allegory to the story of the Jesuits being released by the Spanish crown. The Jesuits were the first colonists. They're among the first colonists to go and colonize South America and North America, and this is like 15. The encomienda system was released in 1503. Yeah, and these conquistadors were heading out in 1504 or 1505. You're hearing all these stories of these places in South America being just ravaged. So I'm not going to get into the detail of these things because I want to stay into the code of the story. So the Balfour Declaration on 11/2, like the Days of the Dead on 11/2, with 59 days remaining. 5/9 is the Lemuria. 1/8/1 Romo slays his twin brother Remo. So the other Day of the Dead is on 11/1. So 1/1/1, 11/1. The Indian Removal Act of 1830, the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, when 1830 in military time equals 18.5 hours, equaling 1110 minutes. Now 1830 also converts to 630 in time. 630, the date equals 181 days, like Resolution 181. See how all this shit's like connecting? Now the diocese church being 303, and the March of Ides number 315 being right there on the corner street sign. 315 divided by 5 platonic solids equals 63, like the date 630 equaling 181 days, and 1830 converting to 630. 181 days equals 5 months and 28 days, like 528 hertz, like the Indian Removal Act of 1830 on 528. So, I know I just did this video, but I'm trying to do a 10-minute version to upload on my other site, and I kind of went off on the last one. I got a little emotional. As we should. We're literally witnessing a people being exterminated right now in the name of Earth's resources. Sources. So, the Days of the Dead on 11/1, Resolution 181 was issued or established on 11/29 of 1947. That was the 333rd day of the year, like 111 plus 111 plus 111 equals 333, like the Days of the Dead on 111. The sun dies on the celestial cross on 12/21, winter solstice. From winter solstice to summer solstice, the longest day of night to the longest day of sunlight equals 183 days. 111 plus 111 equals 12/21. That's the longest day of night. That's when the sun literally stops on the celestial cross for 3 days. And so this Days of the Dead, it's also marking time, because that number 183, separating winter from summer solstice and summer solstice from winter solstice, that being it's a center point, and it's like for that to equal 1110 minutes, 111 hertz, that's the holy frequency. There's a hyperbarium chamber that's built into the earth, that's carved out of, it's insane. It's just Google the holy frequency, the underground building, 111 hertz, and yeah, so it's literally the holy frequency. And when you type in the gematria for Holy Trinity, it equals 12/21, and 111 plus 1110 equals 12/21. That's when the sun stops for 3 days on the celestial cross. So that number allegorizing the death of the Indigenous and the Fugitive Slave Act and the Days of the Dead, how all those connect, and how Resolution 181 days equals 5 months and 28 days, like the Indian Removal Act of 1830. That 528 hertz, that's your inner solar plexus chakra. That's where oxidative phosphorylation is happening. Horus is in the phosphorus. It's somebody's, the architect of this narrative has allegorized the shit out of these major acts and major events that change history, and giving them the right to ethnically cleanse, and in the name of whose eyes? In the name of these people that claim to have the Bible's written by 47 scholars, overseen by Richard Bancroft, this theologian. And yeah, this was after Jesus was dead. Like, there was no Bible whenever Jesus was around. And is he just an allegory? Is he an allegory for Horus, the falcon sun god? For if he dies on 12/21 and resurrects on Christmas Day, that's the same. That's what the sun's doing. The sun's stopping for 3 days on 12/21, and on Christmas Day, it starts heading back towards summer solstice for longer days of sunlight. So, for Horus, man, not to be mistaken with Horus, the falcon sun god of Egypt, for him to advocate for public schools to be open in 1830 is a mockery.